I'd like to acknowledge the presence of uh, Senator Tolfo, and I would also like to acknowledge the presence of ASIC Renato Paraiso of the ICT. You have the floor, Senator Tolfo, for your opening statement.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Chair. Good morning, Mr. Chair. Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Bong Revilla, Senator Robin Padilla, and good morning to all our guests. Let me go straight to the point, Mr. Chair. I'm very frustrated about the matter that we're tackling today. Naawa na po ako sa ating mga kapulisan dahil patuloy na nasisira ang imahe nila sa sambayanan dahil sa ilang mga tiwaling na mga opisyales na miyembro nito. At gaya sa isang pamilya, madali lang kung ang mga bata ang nag-aaway. Sasawayin lang ng mga magulang, okay na. Pero kung ang mga magulang na mismo nag-aaway, nasisirang moral ng mga anak. Sa aking mga narinig at laman ng balita, ang problema sa droga ay umaabot na sa mga matataas na opisyal ng PNP. Anong ehemplo naman ito para sa ating mga kapulisan, lalo na sa mga batang mga pulis? At nandiyan pang batuhan ng akusasyon ng mga cover-up na sinasabi ni Secretary Abalos. Sa kabilang banda, nandiyan din ang hinanakit ni dating PNP Chief Azurin na masyado naman daw mabilis ang pagkastigo sa mga opisyal ng PNP kahit di pa na masusing na pag-aaralan ng mga ebidensya. Ano po ang punot dulo ng mga ito? Sa pandinig natin ngayon, nais ko pong matugunan ng mga sumusunod na issue na sumisira sa institusyon ng PNP. Number 1, saan nanggaling ang 990 kilos of shabu na nakuha sa opisina ni Mayo? Paano niya nakuha ang mga ito? Isang bagsakan? Naipon lang ba niya ito? Smuggled? Sino-sino mga kasabwat niya sa pagkalap ng mga droga na ito? Number 2, bakit magkaiba ang mga kwento tungkol sa pinuslit ng mga shabu mula doon sa balbas site? May mga kwento na 30 kilos at may kwento rin na 42 kilos. Sino ang nagbigay ng mga numero na ito? Bakit napayagang mailabas ng lantaran ng ganitong kadaming droga during the conduct of the buy bust or during the inventory? Number 3, parati na lang nadidismiss ang mga kaso sa droga dahil sa kakulangan ng ebidensya, kawalan ng tamang witness, at di pagsunod sa proseso. Nasunod bang proseso during the buy bust operation? A. Nasunod bang chain of custody sa operasyon na ito? Sino ang in charge? Sa ngayon ay 110% sure tayo sa estado ng mga ebidensya sa kaso na ito. B. Nasunod ba ang pagkakaroon ng witness during the inventory? Sino mga witness na ito? Anong proseso nyo sa pag-secure ng witness? During the whole inventory, dapat nandoon sila at hindi sa isang dulo lang at para lang pumirma. Nasunod ba ito? C. May mandato po ang Korte Suprema. May memorandum at guidelines din ng PNP tungkol sa body-worn camera. Sinunod nyo ba ito at ginamit? Para sana may record tayo nung lahat na nangyari, hindi lang ang nag-iisang CCTV na walang audio. And D. Gumamit ba ang operatiba natin ng alternative recording device? Number 4, may sapat bang body-worn camera ang PNP? Bakit may aligasyon na ang pinopropose nilang bilhin na body-worn camera ay overpriced? Ito na naman tayo. 787,000 pesos para sa 6 lamang na body-worn camera. Sana magan. So around 130,000 per camera. Makakabili ka online ng mga camera na 15,000 to 20,000. High-end pa ang brand na yan. GoPro. Yung hindi masyadong branded, mga 7,000 to 10,000 lang. Pero pag PNP bibili, 130,000 per unit. Anong klase ito? Number 5. Nasaan ngayon si Mayo? Etong si Mayo, madaming nalalaman at bilang nahuli na natin siya, maaaring maging source siya para malaman na kung sino pa ang dumudungi sa imahe ng PNP. There are allegations according to Secretary Abalos na may banta na sa buhay ni Mayo. Siya ngayon po ay nasa BGMP sa Taguig. Ayon kay Secretary Abalos, secure daw si Mayo kasama si Atadero sa lugar na may CCTV. May panukalang batas tungkol sa pagkakaroon ng CCTV sa mga detention facilities, both prisons and jails. I hope this could be taken up by this committee. Kasi hindi na po bago sa atin ang mga nangyaring pang-abuso sa ating mga detention facilities at minsan pagkamatay pa mismo ng mga involved at possible witness sa mga malalaking kaso tulad nito. Ang mga ganitong bagay ay hindi nakakatulong sa institusyon ng PNP. It lowers the morale of our operatives. It discourages our uniformed men from being true to their duty and cast doubt on their integrity. Ang kapulisan ay dapat nagdudulot ng seguridad para sa mga tao. Pero, imbis na makampante sila, ay kinakabahan sila ngayon pag nandyan ang presensya ng mga pulis. Nakakaawa po ang mga miyembro ng PNP na tunay na nagsisilbi. Sila ay nasasama sa ganitong imahe na dulot ng ilang baluktot, tiwaling, lukulukong mga opisyal. I hope that these concerns will be addressed today. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Tolfo. Unahin muna natin yung... Kumsek, have you administered the oath? Please, administer the oath.
May we request all our guests to please stand, including the group of Sir Sosonko. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation? Thank you, sir. Please, thank you, sir and ma'am. Please take your seats, please.
Thank you, Kumsek. Napolcom, do you have an opening statement? Or you
None
want
at the
to
moment,
comment
sir.
something?
None at the moment, Your Honor. We will respond to all of the questions, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Next is ITG, PNP. Is ITG 990. Can you give us an update on your investigation?
Yes, sir.
If you can remember, during our last hearing, I told you to finish your investigation, and I hope by now it's already finished, and you can present it before this committee.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
have the
sir.
floor.
Good morning to the honorable members of this committee, especially to our former Chief PNP, Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, sir, and to everyone. Magandang umaga po sa atin lahat. I'm Police Major General Elseo DC Cruz, the Director for Investigation and Detective Management of the PNP and the Chairman of the SITG 990. And I would like to update this committee about the investigation that we have conducted. The SITG 990 concluded that 49 PNP Drug Enforcement Group personnel violated the following provisions of Republic Act number 9165 and the revised penal code, as well as policies of the Philippine National Police. On criminal cases, sections 21 and 27 of Republic Act 9165 were violated by 48 PDEG personnel. Section 92 of Republic Act 9165 was violated by 18 PDEG personnel. Article 183 of the revised penal code, or perjury, was violated by 37 PDEG personnel. On administrative cases, misfeasance under NAPOLCOM Memorandum Circular number 2016-002 was violated by 49 PDEG personnel.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Yung perjury, paki-explain nga, paano mo sila i-charge ng perjury?
Actually, sir, on our findings, we have accounted all PDEG personnel who submitted an affidavit about the arrest surrounding the operation against Sergeant Mayo and Ney Atadero.
Meaning to say, yung perjury stem from the fact that iba yung actual na nangyayari, iba yung kanilang affidavit.
Yes, Your Honor. We base our findings on the CCTV footages that we secured.
Okay, thank you. Please continue.
Grave misconduct for violation of Article 183 of the Revised Penal Code and Sections 21 and 27 of RA 9165 were committed by 49 PDEG personnel. Grave neglect of duty was committed by 11 PDEG personnel for failure to suppress the criminal act of their respective subordinates. Grave dishonesty for concealment of truth was committed by 45 PDEG personnel. Incompetence to perform duties of a police officer was committed by 4 PDEG personnel. Conduct unbecoming of a police officer was committed by 43 PDEG personnel. The provision of police operational procedure regarding handling, custody, and disposition of drug and non-drug evidence, as well as the chain of custody under Rule 2, Law Enforcement Operation, Paragraph 2.8, Rule on Anti-Illegal Drugs Operations, were violated by 15 PDEG personnel. Pursuant to PNP-approved recommendations by SITG, directives were issued to Inspector General of Internal Affairs Service of the PNP for the filing of administrative cases and Acting Director CIDG for the filing of criminal cases, who are both members of the SITG. On the updates of criminal cases against PDEG personnel that will be filed by CIDG, NAPOLCOM Vice Chairman Alberto Bernardo informed during the congressional hearing of the Committee on Dangerous Drugs that the NAPOLCOM is conducting its own investigation. Thus, Police Colonel Tomas Valmonte, the Chief of the Legal Division of CIDG, coordinated with the NAPOLCOM and came up with a disposition to have a consolidated effort in the case build-up, preparation, and filing of appropriate complaints. During the follow-up meeting with Vice Chairman Bernardo, he said that the PNP should also file obstruction of justice, falsification of public documents, and violation of Section 3A of Republic Act 3019 against the involved PDEG personnel. Criminal complaint has been prepared for filing by the CIDG in coordination with the NAPOLCOM. On the 24th SITG case conference on May 8, 2023, the Inspector General of IAS informed the SITG that the NAPOLCOM, in the exercise of its function, had taken cognizance of the administrative proceedings. Thus, the Inspector General of IAS forwarded the records of the case to the NAPOLCOM. On other development, a memorandum was also sent to Acting Director PDEG for the recall of service firearms of the involved PDEG personnel. On April 15, 2023, a memorandum of compliance was submitted by Acting Director PDEG for the recall of service firearms of 34 PDEG personnel. 9 former PDEG personnel returned their firearms to PHAW of the DPRM, and 5 former PDEG personnel returned their firearms to Headquarters Support Service of the PNP. On April 28, 2023, this matter was also mentioned by our committee chair a while ago, that a gag order was issued to the PNP through PDEG by Judge Grace Chavez T. of Branch 177 of RTC Manila, which restricts all the counsels, litigants, witnesses, and other parties involved from publicly discussing the merits and divulging the development of the cases to the media during the pendency of the cases against Police Master Sergeant Rodolfo Mayo Jr. and Nea Tadero. The following recommendations were submitted by the SITG and duly approved by the PNP. The filing of criminal and administrative cases against the involved 49 PNP PDEG personnel. The CIDG should continue the conduct of case build-up to further strengthen the criminal cases that will be filed. The CIDG and the intelligence group to exert all effort to locate the other dangerous drugs taken away by PDEG personnel from WPD establishment. Immediate relief of other PDEG personnel involved to administrative units to perform purely administrative functions. All PDEG personnel to undergo a squad weekly interactive meeting, a moral recovery program of the PNP. Those in the drugs watch list should only be assigned in units or offices performing administrative functions not related to campaign against illegal drugs. Limit the assignment of PDEG personnel to maximum of 3 years after basic training. IG and the IMEG, or the Integrity Monitoring Enforcement Group of the PNP and the Intelligence Group, should strengthen the conduct of vetting process of personnel who will be assigned to PDEG. Conduct of financial investigation and lifestyle check on PDEG personnel every 6 months. The IMEG to join as witness during the inventory of seized dangerous drugs and other evidence during every PDEG operation. PDEG should strictly implement and observe the rule on body-worn camera. IG to validate accomplishments of PDEG immediately after every operation. Conduct of retraining of PDEG frontline personnel in the conduct of crime scene investigation with emphasis on Section 21 of the Republic Act 9165. And lastly, reorganize the PNP Drug Enforcement Group based on the peculiarities of anti-illegal drugs operation, including but not limited to the conduct of investigation, operation, post-operation, and filing of cases. That's the update, Your Honor, sir, from the SITG 990.
Thank you.